Wow. Wow, 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 wow. What is up, everyone? Wait, what the hell? Where's my Oh, there I am. Would you look at that? Here in the flesh. Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Why is it making me look so squinty? I think it's because, like, I'm all the way over here. Anyways, the 2D man is flesh again. Yay. I'm on stream once more with my amazing quality webcam that I spent a lot of money on. Wow, it's clearer than ever. Look at that. Did you guys like my piss rock? My yellow piss. you know, so I got my Magic the Gathering Marvel thing a while back, and it came with this counting dice. And I know it's supposed to look like an Infinity Stone, but literally the first thing I thought of was, man, this looks like a P rock. Anyways, that's not what we're here to do. We're here to open up some Hololive, some more Hololive cards, and guess what, chat? This time there's a second box. So we're in here for the long run. Last time I had some pretty not great luck when it came to my pulls, and so this time around I am hoping to get a little luckier. I'm hoping to at least pull one good thing. That's my goal today. Pull one good thing. Now, will that happen? God knows. We'll try our hardest. So, for those of you unaware of, like, the pull rates for these are the Hololive official card game cards, by the way. But for anybody curious about official pull rates for these, it varies, but you want to get an Oshi card, which is like your main thing. Oshis act as like commander / legendary creature type cards and stuff like that. And then you have like your SSR and your all that whatever, right? But the one card that is worth the most is a signature card, which is a card with the girl's signature on it. That is a full art card and whatnot. But we'll get into it as we see cards like those pop up. So yeah, that's what's going on. But what was I gonna say? But yeah, welcome to the stream, by the way. My name's Crow Corvawing. It is Monday. I'm getting my bearings again. Brain, you know. So we're here. But welcome to the stream, Question and Rosie, and I think Valentine EXE. Welcome. I see you all in chat. And to anybody lurking, like usual, welcome. This is going to be a chill stream because after this, we're going to be doing some drawing because usually these don't. The card opening doesn't take too long. So after that, we're gonna do into some drawing. I have a summer art piece that you don't see me. Well, I didn't until now. Hey, Rock. But yeah, we're gonna be working on some summer art of my OC because I need to practice some rendering because it's not something I do enough. So yeah, but we got these. I got a couple of sleeves here, like usual, in case we pull anything nice and fanciful. But yeah, so this is what we're doing today. This is the same set as the one I pulled last time, so it's gonna be a lot of repeats of last time, but I'll still go over the girls as they come around. I'm gonna put this box down here for now. We're gonna open this. My cat is looking very intently from the side. Also, because the quality of this camera is so good, I've become more self-conscious about my hands. So I literally, like, right before stream was like, oh, I gotta trim my nails, and I gotta get rid of the hair on my knuckles because it's gonna look nasty. No, but seriously, like, why do we grow hair on our knuckles? What's the point, man? I don't need that shit. I'm not living in some kind of, like, Arctic environment. I live in, like, the sunniest state in the United States. This shit sucks. I don't need hairy knuckles. And it varies too, because sometimes you could end up being like those humans who just grow hair nowhere, and I wish I was like that. Texture look boring, had to add something, dude. But did you moisturize your hands? I don't know. You tell me. Do these look moist to you? I did not. I did not moisturize my hand. That is the truth, Rosie. Why'd you get? You don't have to call me out on it, okay? Listen, I did not put on lotion before stream, so yes, my hands are a little dry. That's neither here nor there, okay? The camera can't tell the difference. And of course, because we're in theme, I put a lo-fi Hololive music playlist on the background because they have official lo-fi playlists and jazzy playlists. So that's going on in the background right now to get us into the mood. Anyways, I completely butchered this box, but whatever. It's okay. The box isn't what's important. What's important is inside the box. All right, hold on. Let me see. So obviously these are what the packs look like, and we're just gonna be grabbing a stack and going a stack at a time. Eno's boob and crotch screen. Yeah, that's what it is. That's what we're. That's the. Yeah, my desk mouse pad is a big mouse pad of Eno from Guilty Gear Strive. I don't know why I have my drawing glove on already. We'll wait for that. I'll be later. Anyways, pack 1, just so you can see what the packs look like, and also because I have a better quality camera this time, so you can actually see what the cards look like. Whoa! Well, actually, I think I had this camera when I did the first pack opening, so, but yeah. You know what? Maybe Rosie Nice should be who asks you, since we catch it from 480p downward. Well, even at 480p, it should look like better, you know. Anyways, so also I'm trying to look for an autograph card of Rauda for my friend, and Rauda is this. Look at that right away. We got Rauda Pantera. This is my friend's favorite girl, and we're gonna hopefully pull a signed Rauda card. That's a nice card. I like that one a lot. The art is really good for that. Look at that. Also, I literally only have like one light pointed at this thing, so it's amazing how good it adjusts the brightness. Anyways, there's Vivi. There's Hakos Bales, the Australian member of Hololive English. She's a rat who dances. She's really cool. Rindo Chihaya. So I remembered now which Atelier game was. So this VTuber was designed by the artist who did the character design for Atelier Ryza, the thigh lady. If you remember that when she was going around, because she got really popular. But the Atelier game with the lady with massive thighs, same artist. So of course, Chihaya also has massive thighs. Anyways, fun fact for you. Oh, there's another Rauda in her Enreco outfit. You like the red rat? Akko's Bales is pretty cool. Corone, have confidence. Look at her. Pretty sure we got this card last time. And oh, we did not get this last time. Laplace Darkness. She loves the earth. She is one of Hololive's professional losers. She's great. Really funny. So we got a Laplace card. That's nice. All right. Nothing crazy in that first pack. It's just rares. For those of you who don't know who these girls are, they are part of a VTuber group called Hololive. Very famous these days. You know, up and coming, some might say, but you know, they've collabed with such groups as the LA Dodgers. All right, pack number 2. Let's see if we get anything nice. So Fugutaro, this is the group Flowglow, who specialize in doing a lot more like rock/rap style music. Very good. Roboko-san. If you couldn't guess by her name, she is a robot woman VTuber named Roboko. Cute. Riona, also a member of Flowglow. Cool design. I like her design a lot. Korone again. Look at her. This is her actual render, like her actual 3D model. There you go. This is the Sonic Ambassador, the current Sonic Ambassador. Oh, this one's really cool. Demon Blade Asura. This is the VTuber Nakariri Ayame. Um, she is an Oni who has a demon blade. Really cool. Yes, all these girls have actual lore, and some of the stuff ties into their lore. Is it that important? Not really. Natsuru. I always mess up saying her name, but Matsuri. Summer Festival. That's her name. Her name is Summer Festival. Anyways, yeah, there she is. There's her whole Summer Festival back there. Cue card. Did not get this one last time. Kogane Nico. Nico is one of my favorite VTuber designs ever. She is when I first saw her, her design made me think that she was like a tiger woman, but she's just a regular woman who just happens to be themed after a tiger. She's really cool. If you look up her full outfit, she is probably one of the coolest VTuber designs I've ever seen. Because it's not complicated and it's very cool. Just good fashion. Anyways, this is new. I did not get this last time. One thing after Tiger Still Tiger Woman. Well, you see, as you can see by this card, some Hololive members are actual animals, like Watame, who is a sheep, or Subaru, who's a duck. But anyways, point being is that she's just themed after a tiger, but she's not an actual tiger. Anyways, I didn't get this last time. This is a really cool card. What? Lambduck. I guess that's their unit name. That's a really cute card. I like the art for this one. It's really nice. Cat, what have you done? I'll put this over here. Any of the foils or like holographic cards, I'm just putting off to the side. Are we not all animals? Civility is a lie we tell ourselves. Okay, buddy. All right. What is this? What you're waxing poetic on this stream where we're pulling cards of anime women? I thought she was a car. Yeah. I mean, a Subaru is a car as well. And also a character from ReZero. We haven't been getting anything crazy yet, so we're not, you know. This is still a chill time. Listen to the smooth jazz very quietly in the background. Munabito. This is a mascot character. This is for Luna, who's one of the Indonesian members. Then we have Sue, another member of Flowglow. Very fun. Okay, you can't see it in this render, but her design is great because she is like this tiny, adorable girl that has massive Kingdom Hearts shoes. I shit you not. She has actual like Kingdom Hearts ass shoes. Like they're massive. It's so funny. I love it. Oh, Iroha in a magical girl style. I really like the art for this one. This one's really cute. And then Iroha by herself. So this is her actual design. She's a samurai. And her whole thing is that she talks in an old-fashioned style. So she says things like "Degozaru" at the end of her sentence. Very cute. There's Flowglow as a unit. Really cool. Again, I like their theming. And I like their design. Hold on. Focus. Focus. Why aren't you focusing? It was focusing before. I don't know why it's not now. There you go. Yeah, this art is fantastic. I don't remember who drew this art. It's a very familiar looking artist. I don't remember who it is. But it's very, very good. They always get really cool artists to do the unit arts of like all the girls together. Actually, it should say at the bottom, Frang. That's literally the artist's name, Frang. Cool. There's Ayame, the Oni girl, but in like a school the track uniform thing. Cute. And then Riona. Something I think I commented on last time is that Riona's hair color varies depending on which artist is drawing her, and I always find that so funny. Because it goes from like gray to white to like bluish gray. There's not a lot of consistency, but I guess that's what happens when you have so many art styles. And another Riona. Nice. Cute. All right. Again, nothing crazy. I'm really hoping that these aren't also dud boxes. Because I'll be very sad. Maybe they're all colorblind. Colorblind for the color gray? Is that possible? Anyways, this Iroha art is really good. Look at that. She made you a handmade charm. Just for you. Guaranteed a few hits at least? I should be, hopefully. Another Iroha. Very cute. Muna. Got this card last time. Subaru. Very cute. Rindo Chihaya. Also very cute. Riona again. Wow, there's a lot of like they got a lot of different artists to draw Riona. it's kind of interesting as I'm seeing more of it. Like there's a lot of different art styles for Riona's like look. Okay. There's Raden. Jufute Raden. If you didn't know, she's actually a museum curator in a museum in Japan right now, where you could go and she will do like a voice thing to explain to you what exhibits are, because she is very into art and art history and stuff like that. It's actually very cool. If you ever see any of Raden's streams, she's very cultured in that kind of way, and I think that's, you know, there's an appreciation she has there for that kind of stuff. She also used to smoke and drink a lot. And apparently she stopped smoking when she got into Hololive because she didn't want to disappoint her Oshis. And because she also wanted to take care of her like throat health. So good for her. And oh, this is a very good card. So this is Bae, and this is based off an old piece of birthday merch from around, I want to say, her first year, drawn by Mika Picasso, and I've always really adored this art. So yeah, I think there's a full art version of this one too, and it's really nice. Yeah. So this one is done by Bae's official artist, Mika Picasso, who I've talked about in a YouTube video before that you should go check out. Anyways. She has an art book too. It's really good. It's a really good art book. I'm waiting for her to make another art book. Oh, speaking of which, guys, I am working on the art book videos. I had to record a new intro because my old intro was from like 3 years ago and not great. So I recorded a new intro to the art book videos, and I'm editing it all together. Yeah. Drawing stream, which is what we're going to be having later on. Look at that. Rauda. Another Rauda. Oh, wow. And another Bae. And this one is also done by Mika Picasso for another piece of birthday art. This one's really nice, too. Different vibe than the last one. This one's a lot more cuter. Look at that. Rat. Matsurisu. Squirrels. Or chipmunks? Squirrels? Muna. There you can see her actual 3D model for what she looks like. Muna Hoshinova from Hololive ID. More Iroha. She looks like Sherry Birkin here. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not even gonna like play around. She legit looks like Sherry Birkin from RE2. Anyways, Roboco. Very cute. Identify Area 15. So this is Muna's unit, her group, which is ID Gen 1, which is Risu, Muna, and Yofi, or Yopi as they like to call her. She really, by the way, this lady right here, is in love with Godzilla. I'm not even kidding. She calls Godzilla her husband. So you know, that's pretty cool. Aw, that's a cute Roboco card. Nice. That the Buzz rare. Aren't we all? She's not special. You should see the stuff she says about Godzilla. It's there's layers to it. You're in love with Godzilla? Is that what you're telling me? Like he's your husband? Anyways, Korone, have confidence. No confidence. Sipping mayonnaise, cursed. Chihaya again. Robo Sir, Roboco's mascots are fans. Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good one. I think I got a similar one last time too, but I'm happy about that. So this is a SR. This is an SR card. It says down here at the bottom SR, but this is Sue. She's Gurren Laganning for some reason. I just put two and two together. She looks like she's getting spiral energy. Like this is the most Gurren Lagann ass pose. Very cool. I like that. That's a very nice card. Anyways, that's Sue. I'm gonna put that over here. So hey, Megadan. Yeah, excuse me. Here's Roboco in a more Halloween style outfit. Very cute. Thank you. And then here's Polka, the literal jester slash clown of Hololive. And another Iroha. It's a buzz card. Ooh. Nice, nice, nice. So that pack was pretty cool. That pack had two really nice cards in it. Nice. All right. On to stack number 2 of box 1. Oh boy, Chad. I hope there's something in here, because otherwise I might cry. And so will my friend, because I promised him. But we'll see. I want something. Give me a single Oshi card, and I'll be happy. That's all I want. A single Oshi card, please, please. Another Sue. Very good art. I like when VTubers have like very unique hair, but isn't overly complex. She also kind of looks like a Pokemon character. I'm not gonna lie. Sue to me, whenever I saw her design, looked like a Pokemon trainer. I dig that. Ayame at the hot spring. Cute. Prankster Rabbit. It's Hideo Kojima's favorite VTuber. Beckle. Picora. Poyoyo. This is Ayame's mascot. I'm not even sure what it's supposed to be, but there it is. Oh! Whoa! Why am my camera's responding to me yelling? Come on. Why is this one messing with it? Hold on. Move that off to the side. Come on, focus, focus. That is a nice Subaru card. Okay, can we stop, please? Why is it doing this autofocus thing? I think the specific foil on this one is fucking with the camera. I'm not gonna lie. You see that? I think the foil on this one is actually messing with the camera. Whoa. It is not like that. Anyways, that's a really cool one. That's a double R. That's a really nice Subaru. I'm gonna put that over here. Matsuri in like sleepwear. Very, very risque. And Hako's Bales in her Enrico outfit. And oh, there we go. There's Raden. Also, another one of my favorite VTuber designs ever is Raden. If you go look up her full design, oh my god, her dress and everything is so cool. Not the voice you would expect when you hear her talk, but her design is amazing. But there's Raden. I did not even know she had cards in the set. I'm not gonna lie. Cosplaying the most famous duck, Donald himself. Now, if she was cosplaying Donald, she wouldn't be wearing anything underneath. No bottoms. You gonna Donald Duck it, you gotta do it all the way. Can't wear pants. You know? Matsuri, but she's crying, and she's wearing that one cute maid like you know, what is it called? This like specific sports jacket got really famous because it's like a made sports jacket or whatever, and I would see it everywhere. Anyways, that's cute. Uh, Vivi, once again. Riona, she's gonna get you. You chat. She's gonna get you. It's a very good. That's a very well drawn hand, by the way. Roboco and her actual design. So there you go. That's what Roboco looks like. Oh, and then look. A foiled Roboco. Nice. Very nice version of the previous card with like the full art. Fingers. She's taken them, chat. She has taken your fingers. The dog. And Luna. Her theme is she's a princess. That's it. Very cute. And oh, even more Corona, except she's punching you now. Nice. Very cute. I like that one of her abilities is hard beating. Are you hard beating, chat? Don't answer that. Don't answer that. On to the next pack, shall we? Muna. This art is very good. It's by an artist that I really like named Hyde. It does a lot of Hololive fan art, and this art is just fucking impeccable. Like actually insane. If you have never seen Hyde's art before, you should look him up. Are you hard beating or beating hardly? If you have to ask. Anyways, that's Muna. Very cute. More Matsuri in her gamer girl pink. Legit, just it feels like a gamer girl attire. All right. Oh, my cards. They're sliding all over the place because they're new and fresh. They have no friction, no oil. Matsuri. Luna, again, very cute. She kind of is given a little bit of a what's like a Sanrio character here. Luna's Knights, which are her Lunites. Her fans. I've seen people draw insane, like full versions of these where they're just like Dark Souls armor, and it's actually really really cool. I like when fans do stuff like that. Oh, that's a really cool Muna card. Really nice foil. There's a lot of hands reaching out type of cards. I think that's cool. Okay. Hololive. Oh, well, there you go. Self-explanatory. Hololive Generation 1, which is Fubuki, Matsuri, Hachama, and Aki. Fubuki might be the most recognizable one here. If you've been on the internet for a while in recent times, you've seen some form of Fubuki somewhere. She's the white fox VTuber, and she quite often goes viral for very specific memes. And she's also just been around a long time. But yeah, very cool. And oh look, it's Mori Calliope. I didn't know she had a card in this set. It's Death. And Chloe. I got this card last time. It's very cute. All right, next pack. I'm afraid we only have 2 packs left in this box, and I'm afraid. I'm afraid it might not be looking too good. I'm afraid it might not be looking too good. Jihaya. Mascot. Well, oh yeah, we got this Cali card last time. I forgot. God damn, this card is crazy. Look at her hips. I mean, looking very respectfully at the Grim Reaper from Texas. Cute Luna card. So this is her actual 3D model. Very cute. Another Riona. Very good foil. Very good holographic stuff here. Riona in the house. That she is. More Flow Glow. Muna. Very cute Muna art. Look at that. Anya. I got this card last time. I got this Anya card last time. And I got the full version of it, too. Interesting. Another Indonesian member. Very cool art. Like it a lot. All right. Last 2 packs. Come on. There's got to be something. I'll be so upset if there's nothing. I'll be... Because I went to a card shop with my friends over the weekend, right? Because my friend works at a card shop. And... They had Marvel. I was asking if they had a specific card that I wanted, which was like Thor's hammer, which is Mjolnir for the Marvel set. And they were like, "Oh, we just sold our last Mjolnir." And I'm like, "Well, maybe I could pull it, right?" So I was pulling packs, and they had a jumpstart pack, which my friend was like, "Oh, you should get that. Those are really good." And it was the last one. And I was like, "Ah, fuck it, why not?" So I buy the jumpstart pack, and then inside of it was one of the most sought after cards, like artifact cards, or not artifact, equipment cards that people really want from that set. And my friend got really mad because he's like, "You son of a bitch, I wanted that," and it was the last one. And I was like, "Yeah." You snooze, you lose. Anyways, I didn't get Mjolnir, but I got something decent. Anyways, Tsubatomo. Ayame in summer clothes because it's summer. Cute. Nico looking all cool. Again, fucking A tier, S tier VTuber design. Yukihana Lami, or Whammy. She is a snow elf. That is her theme. Well, I don't know if my friend has this one, but that's a really good Rauda card. We got one really nice Rauda so far. Look at that. There she is. I'm collecting the Rauras specifically for my friend because he's a big fan, so I'm actually really happy about this. But also, I really like the foil on this one for the paints, and also the background looks like paint strokes, and I think that that's really cool. Do you see that? Do you see how like the texture on the foil in the back looks like paint strokes from a brush? It's really nice. This is a double R. So nice. We're gonna put that over here. More Ayame. Very, very cute art. She looks a little bit more handsome in this art. I don't know. It's got more of like a handsome face, which I think is neat. Then the Demon Blade one again. And then... Oh, that's a very cute Muna. Oh, that's a very cute Muna card. I like her short hair a lot. Nice, nice, nice. Okay. All right, last pack. Last pack. Let's see. Do we get anything special? Is my luck just that bad that I wasted all on magic cards? Oh, chat. There's a Rauda right away. Could this be a good omen? Could this be a good sign? Rauda Panthera. Chatino, which are her mascot. We got a Chatino. This might be a good sign. That's a really nice card. Look at her Roboco. No way. No fucking way. Good pull, chat. We got Bay's Oshi card. Oh my good golly gosh. We finally fucking got an Oshi card, and it's for a member that I like. Yeah, Big Rat card. So for anybody wondering what are Oshi cards, this is what an Oshi card actually looks like, and you'll know because they'll say Oshi skill on it, which is like their main ability. So this is a good pull. And the whole thing is that this is your commander. This is your like lead card, right? You always have it on the field and you play around it, right? And so this is, you know, if I wanted to make a deck based off Bay, it would be using this as the Oshi card, right? So it goes by OSR, which is Oshi Super Rare, or Secret Rare, and this is the full holo version of it. Wow, that's a really good pull. That is a really good pull. It's not Rhoda, but I like Bay a lot. So the Australian rat, and this is the funny thing, they really play into her being from Australia. So her text for her ability is upside down because, as we all know, all Australians are upside down, right? Anyways, it's really fun. I'm gonna sleeve that. I'm gonna sleeve that immediately. Wondering why I was like that? Yeah. So because she's from Australia, mate, you see? They had to emphasize that. By making everything upside down. If you ever go to a store that's selling Hololive plushies and you see her plushie, it's always upside down. It's a tradition. Anyways, there you go. Fully sleeved. First Oshi card. Wow, we're putting that over there. Maybe we could get another. Who knows? Anyways, Kira Kira Vivi. Another foil card. Very nice. Very cute. I like this one a lot. Does she carry a big didgeridoo? No, she carries a lot of Vegemite. This is Holo X. And... oh. And then another really nice Rauta. So there were several... wait, hold on. There's one more. Oh! Whoa! Hi, Callie. Whoa. I did not know we were going to have this kind of art in here. Wait, can you see her? Oh, you can. Oh. Oh. Wow. That's very revealing art. I did not think they were going to go that okay, maybe I shouldn't have that on screen for so long. Anyways, let's put Callie over here. So there's a lot of Rauras in that thing, but we ended up with a Bay Oshi card. Okay. That box was good just for the end. All right, maybe this is a good sign. Maybe the next box will be even luckier, chat. Maybe the next box will be even luckier. We're going in a box 2, everyone, all right? We're going all in. I bought 2 boxes because I wanted a chance. I wanted a chance for something big, something good. And you know what? By God, I got one good thing. And several cute cards. Why are you calling me naughty? The card is the one that has her, like, half naked. Besides, do you think I would ever draw anything so revealing or uncouth? Me? Crow Corvawing? I perished the thought. Anyways, box number 2, I also eviscerated this one. So we're going to start with 1 stack. We're going to start with the right stack this time. I'm going to over there. All right, box 2, pack 1. All right. Iroha. Raura drawing stream. Another Bay. Subaru. Shuba Shuba. Shuba Shuba indeed. Really nice Riona foil. Really cool. I like the foil and the lightning. Another Rauta. Rat in workout gear. Really good. I think we got this one last time too. Gym rat. Cecilia Imoguin. Cecilia, the robot lady. Cecilia. Very cool. I think we got this one last time too. I forgot that there's a singular Cecilia card, I think, in this set. There might be more, actually. The German automaton. All right. Let's see. Riona. She's gonna get you. Chihaya. Ebby From. Muna. Oh. Oh, that's pretty good. Wow. Whoa. Look at that. That's Korone in her Viking outfit. Yeah, it's an alt art card. I wish it would focus. It is a full art, and it is, wow, it is really, really, really nice looking art. I like that her ability is called Ragnarok Wow Wow Axe. This is a really nice card. Oh my god. This Korone card is really, really good. Nice. I'm gonna sleeve that in a little bit, but that's really cool. More Raden. More Bay. And Wami. Cute. Okay, we got a banger from that one. All right. I'll take that. That was an SR. Oh, I should probably show you guys. So, on the back here, it tells you the rates. Hold on. Let me see. So on the back here, it actually does tell you the rates. So SEC is signature card. There's 5 types. OUR, there's 6 types. OSR, which is the Bay card I pulled, there's 10 types. So it tells you kind of what you're in for out of that whole thing, which is like, you know, you get a 1 in 100 chance for a signature card. So 100 boxes, by the way, not 1 in 100 cards. So, you know, I should put that Korone thing into a sleeve before I get to the next. Do they put that on there by law or by choice? It has to be by law that they have to disclose the they do it on their website as well, but they have to disclose, I believe most, if all card games, have to put their rates. Because it technically is a form of gambling, and if they want to sell in certain regions, they have to do that. So I believe it's also just like Japanese law. We definitely do not have that. No, we do. We do. I believe that Magic does. I believe that Magic does reveal their pull rates for what they. Oh, where you are? It depends on country to country because it goes for both gacha games and like art. Cards. All right. Matsurisu. Another Raura. Chatino. Roboko. This is very similar to that last pack. Gen 1. Mori Calliope. Very beautiful Muna card. Like the artwork on this one. That same Anya card. I have so many of these now. And that is that pack. Wow. Yeah, I believe China, like with, because there's a lot of gacha games in China, and because they don't want people to effectively become like destitute, every Chinese gacha game has to reveal their rates or the pull rates and percentages of their games. Yeah. So Hoyo does it a lot. Mori Calliope. Subatomo. Ayame. Iroha. Oh shit! Nice. It's Sheriff Mori with her gun. I just realized her gun has 3 barrels. That's so funny. That's a really nice card. If you didn't know, Miss Calliope Mori has an alt outfit where she is a cowboy sheriff. Yeah. This is it. It's really I forgot that she had like this version of her outfit in this set. Really cool. Hollow X. More cute moon. Oh, Coyote! I don't think I got this card yet. Coyote is the coyote themed VTuber. She's a pink coyote mad scientist. I know. That is a combination of a lot of things. But she is one of the few coyote themed VTubers I've ever seen, which I think is cool. I almost made myself a coyote themed VTuber because I was like, should I be an animal? And then I was thinking about what animal would be good. And I was thinking about dogs or like wolves and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, but there's a lot of those. And then I thought, but nobody's really been a coyote yet. Maybe I should be a coyote. Anyways. Luna. Flowglow. Roboco again. Ooh. Is that our second Oshi card? Oh my god. I said it as a joke, but yes, we got a second Oshi card, and this time for Iroha. Well, there you go. Oshi card number 2, Kazuma Iroha. Nice, nice, nice. That's a pretty... my luck is already a lot better for this than it was for the previous one. That's really cool. Hi, Amarini. Welcome. I'm going to put that in a sleeve right away. So that is an OSR. Oshi Secret Rare. So there's alt art versions of these cards too, right? And those are OUR. The rate on those are even lower. Gotta be really lucky. Anyways, there's our Iroha Oshi card. Very cute. So now we have 2. We have Bei, Iroha, and Iroha. Corone Fingers. Luna. ID Gen 1 and Subaru. She's reaching out to you, chat. To you. Let's hold hands. We can go anywhere. Shuba Shuba. If you've never seen Subaru before, these cards might be very misleading to make you think that she is like this very like cutesy, happy-go-lucky, like kind of girl. She has one of the most unique voices in all of Hololive, and she quite often tells people to shut up. She's funny. She's usually playing the straight man in a lot of situations. She the one from the duck meme? She is. If you've seen the dancing duck meme, the girl dancing next to the duck that does the little spin, that's her. She's the origin of that. That was a piece of Subaru fan animation. Anyways, cute stadium jacket. That's pretty self-explanatory. Cool. Kogane Nico doing a very intimidating pose. Hako's Bales in a very cute outfit. Ayame. More Mori Calliope. Matsuri. Let's take ibuprofen together. Coyote hidden the default pose. Very cute. That's her actual design, by the way. So this is her. This is the pink coyote woman. And oh, then casual Matsuri. This is after you've taken ibuprofen together. All right, that was stack one. We got an Oshi card out of that. All right, now can we go for a signature card? Let us see. She got the perfect tomboy voice, so it matches her model. Yeah, I would say so. I would agree with that sentiment. All right, gamers. All right, gamers. It's time for the moment of truth. This is the last pile. And let's see. Let's see if we pull a signature card. Now, are odds high? Maybe not. But my hope is, and if there's one thing that we always need in this world, that's hope. Ain't that right, chat? Are you with me? Are you with me? Do you believe? Thank you, Amarini. Picora. Somewhat, you better start believing harder, or I'm gonna do this to you. This is what you're gonna look like if you don't start believing, buddy. Good luck. Thanks. Is this what you want to look like? This live POV. You are Rock after after you decided not to believe. This is you, Rock. This is what you look like now. Vivi. Matsuri. You could be looking like this if you have more hope in your heart. Oh my god, it's the card that was making the camera freak out. Why does this one make it freak out so much? Anyways. More Subaru. Roboco. Riona. And... oh, another Roboco. Cute. Do I need to turn you into a girl? No. I don't have that ability, sorry. Vivi. Cool Art Muna card. Gamer Girl Matsuri. Poyoyo. Now that's a really good card. Oh my god. This is a UR of Ayame. That is a fucking beautiful card. Oh my god. Is there embossing on the... oh my god, there is. Oh my god, the text is actually embossed. Holy hell. Now there you go. Big W, that's a good pull. Right there. I'm gonna put that over here. Sleepy Matsuri, Riona, and Luna. Wow, I got way more lucky with these two boxes than with the previous box. God damn. So that's similar to the Corone card, in which it's not an Oshi card, but it is like an alternate full art with like foil, so it's pretty up there. It's pretty good. Nice. Put that there for our big pulls. Okay, well, two Oshi cards in the same box was a pretty good... well, no, was it in the same box? No, they were different boxes. But that's still pretty good odds. You know? Back to back. We take those. We take those. And of course we're getting a signature card in these couple sets, right? Of course. Believe. Believe, chat. Believe. Iroha. Muna. Mori. Luna. Again. Wow. Those are really short shorts. Flow Glow. Iroha. Louis. Oh. Louis is from Hollow X. She normally has wings on her head because she's supposed to be a hawk. She's really cute, and she has also a very deep voice that I like a lot. Her voice is very unique, and she has a funny laugh. Very cool. All right. Last 3 packs, chat. This has to be it. We can do this. It's got to be this pack, of course. Of course it's this one. Chihaya. Raura. Workout. Bay. Chihaya again. Dog. Nico. Oh. I have another version of this one. Cute, though. I do have a version of this one already. All right. Okay. There was a router. Maybe that's a sign, chat. That's a sign. That's a premonition of what's to come. It has to be, right? It has to be. Duck. Small woman. Oh, there's a router right there. That one scene from every romance anime. Raura, Italian. PE class. Duck, but way more, way cuter. Why does the camera always freak out when it's Subaru, in particular? Maybe the camera has a thing for Subaru. Apparently. Lamb duck. Subaru again. And Chloe. All right, Jeff. This is the last. It has to be. This is the last pack. This is the one. It has to be in this one, right? I want to believe. I want to believe. Nico.
Good luck.
Korone. Mayo. Robosur. Vivi. Raura. PC. It wasn't meant to be, chat. It wasn't meant to be. No signed card, but you know what? That's fine because we got 2 Oshi cards and 2 URs. Failure. So, you know what? Hey, it's not failure because this is what I wanted. I wanted an Oshi card and I got 2 of them. And one from one of the girls that I actually really like, which is Bae. And then Iroha, who I also think is cool, but I don't watch as much. We got 2 Oshi cards. So these are actually big pulls. These are good. This is what you want to get. So these combined with these URs, yeah, no, I got a pretty decent amount of stuff. Unfortunately, did not get a lot of Rauda in this, so I'm sorry to my friend, but I got some that I liked, which I like this Corona card a lot, so. But again, the rates for those signature cards are insane. Do you guys want me to read you? By the way, do you want me to read you how expensive those signature cards are, just so you know what the rarity is on those? Let me go to TCG. Let me go to TCG Player, right? And mind you, the Hololive card game is not the biggest game in the world, right? It does okay, but it's still very much growing, right? If I go for signature cards, so the Bay card, the signature version of this card, right, is not only out of stock on TCG Player, meaning no one has even put it up. It goes for $2,175. $2,175 for the signature version of this card, right? The signature version of this card of Iroha goes for $1,150, and there's currently only 2 listings on TCG Player. Insane, right? Now let's see if we go with the OSR. People pay out the nose for a signature of their Oshi. So it's because of the rarity. These cards, like the signature version of these cards, like I said, the rate is so fucking low that if you manage to pull one, it's like it's honestly like a miracle, right? That's the whole idea. But just so you can kind of see as well, like just for the difference, this card, this version of this card is worth, for mint condition, is worth $6. This is a $6 card, right? You'd pull one, yeah, sure, buddy. But it's $6 for this card. Now, to be fair, the set just came out, so I give it a couple of months, and I'm sure this is gonna go for probably a little bit more. The Rauta card, which my friend wants, is like for just a regular one is $4. The Rauta signature card is $600. Okay, so then let's see. Oh, wait, what? Oh, chat, chat. Do you want to guess how much this card is worth? Do you want to guess how much this is worth? Not 1,000, lower, but it's more than I thought. Okay, you're highballing it, but this is $178 mint condition. I made back the money for this box in one pull. This is a $178 card. That's insane. Wait, how much is the Corone card then? Wait. Oh, this is an SR, not a UR. Okay. So there is a UR version of the Corone card. It is worth $97. There's also a UR version of Cali and of Rauta. Cali's goes for 168 and Rauta's goes for 142. And then let's see. Is the I don't think the Corone card is gonna go for that much. But double checking just in case. Oh, that Lambduck card that I pulled is worth $17. Wait, where is it? I just had it. Oh, this card. This is a $17 card. Wow, that I did not know that. That's cool. So there's actually was a lot of value in these pulls. That Iroha card is worth $7. I did not pull the Ayame. Oh, the routing card is worth $6. Let me see. Ah, okay. So not as dramatic. This card is worth $15. This is a $15 card. And I'm assuming that's probably going to go up in price as time goes on. But the fact that this Ayame card is $178 is honestly insane to me. Oh shit. The fucking Cali see-through dress card is worth like $17. That's actually, I did not, oh my god. Or no, not 17, $19. That's a $20 card. The Riona card is worth that. Wow, these cards are actually worth a pretty penny. I did not even realize that. Wow. Sorry, I'm just looking at the price. Okay, so yeah, we definitely made our money back with just this card alone. So sick. I'm really happy about that. I actually have a decent amount of money in this set. Yeah, worth it, chat. Worth it. Ayame made this return on investment really good. Wow, I can't believe this is a almost $200 card. Wow, wowie, wow, wow. You know, it's funny because I would assume that the rates. I would assume that the rates would be based off the would be based off, I guess, more of what type of card it is, but yeah, that's interesting. I have to look at the first set that I drew from and see how much those cards actually are because hold on. I have the other cards here. I want to see. Maybe there was something in here that was actually really. What was the Anya SR was worth how much? Oh, that's $2. Okay. And then uh this card, chat, this Rauta card that I pulled last time, this one is worth $11. Okay, 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 okay. More money for gambling. I'm not gonna sell them, but it is interesting knowing like learning the value of them. Let's see, what did I get in RR? Double rare. Hold on, chat. I'm looking through. Maybe I missed something on my last one that I didn't realize. No. Okay. So the router was probably one of the only big ones. Um yeah, I guess you don't realize how valuable these things are until you really look it up, huh? Wait, how much do double rares go for then? They can't be that expensive, right? No. They're like in the cents. Though to be fair, this is kind of one of those situations in which the set just came out, so I'm assuming these prices are going to change as time goes on. So I guess we shall see. Wait, Where's the other one I had? Oh, this Lapis card. This is just a rare version. It's not worth as much. Um, okay. Wait, I thought I pulled that Chloe card last time. Did I not? Hold on. I'm looking through my set again because I'm pretty sure there's some cards I pulled where I'm like, that seems pretty good. Could be mistaken. Ridica. Because I remember getting a Chloe card that looked kind of crazy like that. Oh, it wasn't the SR version. Okay, never mind. Damn. Okay. All right, chat. Well, we actually kind of made out like bandits with that one. So I'm really happy about that. I need to tell my friend about that because he's gonna be like, "There's no fucking way." I didn't get a signature card, but I did get probably one of the other most expensive cards for just like for rarity's sake. So I mean, I'll take it. I somehow opened this box in pristine condition and not the other boxes, but that's fine. I will just simply dump a lot of these in there just for the sake of having a storage spot. I need to get like an actual container for a lot of these. But for now, we're gonna do this because then we get this. We get to start our art stream, everybody. Remember, we're doing an art stream too. So for those of you who came here for drawing, don't worry. We'll get started on that in a sec. But thank you for enjoying the hand camming. We love to do it. Love to have an excuse to use my expensive ass camera that I bought. Okay. I'm glad to share a little bit of my interests with you guys. Now, will I end up buying another box of these? Probably not. I think that's probably going to be it for this particular set, but I'll be back in the future with another set of Hololive cards for sure. When it's a set that I'm interested in, and or a set with my Oshi in it, Dizina, which she already confirmed that her set is not coming out till January. So I got until then to save up some money so I can go bankrupt. All right, okay. I'm gonna switch over scenes. Bye bye, chat. It's enough of hand cam. Bye bye. Anyways, enough of hand cam. Let's go here. Why is the BRB up? That shouldn't be there. Anyways, I'm gonna now remove the hand cam. Hopefully, this doesn't mess up my computer. Right. Hand cam unplugged. Moving everything around. Enough with giving us handies. Mods, kill that guy. Now we're switching to art. All right, that's enough VTubers for now. Only VTuber around here is me now. Yeah. Me. All right, let me move everything. Hold on, give me a sec. I'm adjusting things, chat. Hold on. Okay. How was that? That should be okay, right? That should be good. Hopefully. I'll adjust things more when I finish stream. For now, I'm just gonna do this. Anyways, we're here. We're drawing. Also, hey, Digsaw. Welcome, welcome. Anime Girl card opening done. It is our time. Also, if you didn't see this, this was a profile picture I drew for myself uh, earlier this week. Nice, ain't it? But what are we actually going to be working on? Well, this. That's right. It's time for another Belfie summer drawing. That's what we're doing today. It's my OC, drawing her in summer clothes. So there you go. I kind of already got a lot of the drawing her part done. Just everything again. This is what the full drawing looks like so far. I'm still tightening the line art on level 5. And yeah, hold on, sorry guys. My desk is a mess, and I do not have it all organized. I need to organize it way more. But yeah, anyways, yeah, there we go. Art time. It just that. Okay. All right, let's get into it, shall we? But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the card opening once more. Don't worry, there will be more in the future because next card opening stream is most likely going to be the next Magic set, which is the Hobbit set. So all you Tolkien fans out there, there will be Hobbit related cards soon. I think sometime next month, I believe. So look forward to that. If you'd like yourself a Hobbit or a Dwarf or a Gandalf. Ooh, Belfie. Yeah, it her. It Belf. Big leg. Yeah, big leg. Perspective. Why did I just see a tweet that said the account is called Actual Names, and the tweet says Richard Dick Porn, 1938 to 2026. Well, fucking 07s in chat for Dick Porn. What a name. That's me. You're Dick Porn. You know. All right. How do you draw hands without struggling with getting fingers right? Practice. To be honest, that is the easiest way to kind of say it is practice. Practice is how you get there, because I struggled with it a lot, and every time I was like, well, why isn't this looking right, isn't this, whatever, I would literally just find pictures of hands at different positions, mind you, not just like a hand in like a resting position, but hands in different positions, and try to break down, how they would bend, how they would, like, join, and things like that. And so what I can show you here is, right, if I do this, if I make another layer and I put the opacity down for this layer a little bit, right, like that, just so you could see. I'm going to redline this so you can have a little bit of advice here. So, with a hand, I think people get very intimidated. People get very intimidated by hands because they have very complex shape. There's a lot of appendages, and it doesn't always make sense depending on the angle you're looking at it from. But what you need to remember is that hands have a base shape. So right now, this hand base shape is this, right? So if you were to break this down, the hand would look like this. This is the base of the hand. This is the palm. This is what this is, right? And now you have 5 fingers, right? But you only really are seeing 4 right now, because you don't need to show every finger all the time. But essentially, also, why isn't my mouth moving? What the hell? Are you guys see? Wait, why is my VTuber mouth not moving now? Hold on. Oh, I just realized why. It's my God. Wait, when you guys heard me during the stream earlier, you were hearing me. You were hearing me through. You're hearing me through my regular mic, right? Like my regular mic was working earlier, right? During the card opening, because I think VTube Studio defaulted to the webcam mic. What do you mean I think so? Did I sound like I usually sound during streams? Sound normal? Okay, that's what I wanted to hear. Yeah, I guess VTube Studio defaulted to webcam mic, so that's why I wasn't mouth flapping. Anyways, you sounded like Mickey Mouse. Thanks. Okay, so you have the base of the hand, right? You have this square, that's the base of the hand. You have 5 fingers. So now you have to map out where are the fingers going to be. And the easiest way to do that is like, where's the knuckle? So knuckle here, knuckle here, knuckle here, and knuckle here, right? And this is kind of the basics of how, the fingers would go. And then from here, you can, do this to simplify positions of the finger, right? So you could do that. And that kind of gives you an idea. And then you would have the thumb. So the thumb would be like right there, right? And you have this basic idea of how like a finger works, right? And depending on how you want to draw hands, like I like drawing hands a little bit chunkier just because it's easier for me. But depending on how you draw hands and you start filling in where those fingers go, you could do like a more of a square shape, more of a rounded shape. The point is that you're essentially just using this as a guide to how you're going to do fingers. And you need to remember as well, the middle fingers are always longer than the pointer finger and the pinky. So these two are always going to be longer, right? Another thing that helps is not always drawing the individual fingers as well. So one trick that I use here, and you can kind of see it when I do this. So when I draw this finger, I do this, right? And then for these two, I do this shape, and then I do a smaller one here, right? And so what you get is you get that, right? And it's to show that these fingers are together, because then I could just draw the dividing line between them, and it gives you that sort of, it helps you break down the shape. Because at the end of the day, the thing that simplifies art is shapes. If your shapes are concise enough, you can sculpt the image out of just the shapes. So it's important to understand shape language for making art more understandable, more readable, right? But yeah, I mean, look, there is no cheat to this. It's just about practice. Um, that's all you got to do. Find little ways to improve your practice, and then just keep practicing, like legitimately. Um, that's the best advice I can give you with that as well. But that's just like a little tip. And now my VTube Studio crashed on my phone. That's great. Let's open that again. Wow, why is everything? I move things around, and now everything is falling apart. Also, should we talk about how Twitter has become even more shit for artists? Because it has become more shit for artists. Now it's even harder to find your stuff. It's even harder to organize and all that stuff, and it's just frustrating. Not on Twitter anymore, so I'm not aware of what's happening there. So on the mobile app for Twitter, your art or all your media is under one tag, and it's separated by video and image, and it's set to video by default. Yeah, it's a tab system, but it's not a good tab system like what Blue Sky has, where it's a little bit more concise and to the point. And you can use hashtags to fine tune things. Um, yeah, it's not because hashtags kind of mean jack shit on Twitter now. Um, they almost end up hiding your posts more often than not. But yeah. I generally feel lucky not to be a Twitter user ever since retiring at the end of 2024. You know, some might ask, Crow, why are you still on Twitter? And I'm gonna be real with you guys. It's literally because it's the only place I've gotten opportunities. Like, companies do not look at your Blue Sky following. They do not look at, you know, any of that stuff. They're unfortunately looking at your Twitter. Twitter is a big standing into you getting your Twitter following is a big standing into you getting opportunities, because the more Twitter number you get, the more companies see you as something that could be useful for advertising or something like that, right? You may be thinking, well, Crow, do you really need to do that? And I'm like, well, I would like to have opportunities like what had happened with Hell Maiden, you know? And for more things like that to happen, you kind of have to be locked in, unfortunately, in all places. You know, and I'm not a big enough artist or creator to fully let go of Twitter, and to just say, yeah, I'm just not going to post here anymore. Um, I'm sorry if that disappoints people, but it's just kind of the reality of it, you know? And it's kind of been the reality. And as much as as much as moral grandstanding would be a cool thing to do and be like, well, at least I'm not on that site. It's like, I could stop using it. Like, sure, whatever, I could, but that would also mean that I just wouldn't get those same opportunities, or I wouldn't get what happened with Tekken, getting my art in Tekken. That was literally because of Twitter, because I got DM'd by a Tekken producer on Twitter. So it's the unfortunate thing, man. I wish it was different. And but it's just the reality of it. And you can say whatever you want about me, if that maybe, if you feel like that maybe lessens your opinion of me, then so be it. I just like having those opportunities and would like more, and unfortunately the companies look at Twitter. It's like, I don't, there's not much else to it. It doesn't go that much deeper, so yeah, because I know that there's a subculture on Blue Sky of people who kind of badmouth and or look down on people who still use Twitter and all that stuff. But let's be real, Blue Sky also has its own set of problems, like the fact that it was founded by crypto bros, and it is also technically still under the thumb of crypto bros, and also they're not exactly the most like progressive, group either. It's like, look, there is no moral social media site, so it's, I don't know. It's just a weird thing. I just don't get it. But anyways, hi, doodle sapling. Hi. Welcome. We're drawing some art. People being on Twitter. I don't like people being on Twitter, but at least your reasoning is better than other people. I mean, look, you can't, okay, let me say something that is probably going to sound a bit maybe harsh, or maybe just a little bit like, oh, Crow, that seems a little like, what's the word for it? Dismissive. You're not going to be able to control what other people do, nor should you, right? Nor should you. We're all different people. We all have different levels of what we're willing to put up with, right? And you can't live a life where you feel like you need to instill your moral standing onto other people, because guess what? Circumstances are different for everyone, right? Circumstances are always going to be different for everyone. You don't know where somebody's coming from. You don't know what country they live in, and all that stuff. And you can try and think that your way is the correct way, or you are part of a collective that is, in the better, mindset or group, right? But you gotta always remember that um people people have things that they gotta do, right? Like, I work in my day job, I work at a warehouse for a company that many would consider very evil and very not great, but I need to keep the lights on. So it's an unfortunate thing of like, yeah, I love to be on a stance where it's just like, yeah, I'm gonna do this thing, and it's going to, have a direct, it's gonna have a direct impact on stuff, because I think one of the things that people were saying was that, oh, but you like using the site that fuels the AI, whatever and whatnot. And I'm like, I'm not the one using it. I'm not the one funding into it. I don't pay for Twitter, right? And let's not act like those AI aren't scraping everything already. It's just it's not something where I'm saying, oh, just sit back and let it happen. Like, that's not what I'm saying at all. But it is one of those things where it's like it gets harder and harder every day to try to, circumvent these things. And as much as I try, and as much as I always am saying to avoid those things, and I try to boycott those things, I think the problem is that we've kind of weaved into this era in which it's so ingrained into so many of the things that we use that it just kind of fucking sucks that we can't avoid it. Game companies are using it, corporations are using it, your workplace is using it, and it's one of those things where it's like it just sucks. You have to pick and choose a battle and see which one works, right? And I'm not saying that my stance is good, right, or my stance is the correct stance, but it just sucks, and you gotta do what you gotta do in this situation, right? um that's pretty much it. So it's like I said, if you want to think lesser of me because I still use Twitter, then that's on you. I don't I don't like I can't control that. And it's not like I'm actively like endorsing it. I'm not. If you don't want to be on there, I say good, more power to you. Don't be on there. But I just, it's just unfortunate that like any opportunities I've gotten in the past have pretty much come from there. So I would like to hope that I could still get opportunities like that. So yeah. So sorry. That's just, maybe I'm not the paragon of, morality that maybe a lot of people thought I would be in that situation, but that's just the breaks. you know. So I'm sorry if that disappoints some people. So like drawing on my computer, gone to bed, just switch to drawing on my tablet now. It'd be like that sometimes. I used to be like that with my iPad. Also, sorry you came into the stream at such a heavy-ish topic conversation. It's just something that it's just one of those things where it's like I've seen the opinions online of a lot of people and even some mutuals, and it's like I get it, but I'm also not the biggest creator in the world. I don't have the biggest, following. I would like to kind of, do what I can and improve and get more reach, and that involves just being kind of, everywhere. But am I beholden to it? No, I'm not. And if you pay attention, I do post pretty much mostly on Blue Sky and post art on Blue Sky first, So it is kind of my main place, but yeah, it's just, I'm very neutral about Twitter. I use it to engage with fandom content. It doesn't necessarily mean I support the person who owns it or the platform. Yeah, that's another kind of stance on it as well. Is that a lot of because I'm into VTubers, right? And Hall Live is unfortunately has no presence on Blue Sky. So if I want to keep up with the Hall Live VTubers that I enjoy or anything related to Hall Live, I either use their social media app, or I use Twitter to keep up with them, or to post art of them that hopefully they see and whatnot. It just is what it is, and yeah. You do what you can. Yeah. Like I said, I try to be vocal about the all the, like when I said earlier, it's like if you don't want to use it, you shouldn't. I'm not endorsing it by any means. Like, don't use it. Don't do it. Don't fall into that hole. But it's just that like I said, it's what gave me opportunities in the past, And so for the most part, I'll keep posting on it. But that's pretty much it. I'm not like I said, I don't pay for it. I never will. So there's that. I think a lot of other creators slash artists have the benefit of like they already have a pretty like decent sized following that'll kind of follow them anywhere, right? So they're lucky in that regard. When like everything started going to shit, it pretty much was like
Relax.
wherever we go, I'm good. But with me, it's like I kind of, especially when I moved to Blue Sky, there was a kind of like starting from zero aspect of it and trying to like gain that following. And the funny thing is that it eventually surpassed my Twitter following, and it has like significantly. But you know, and even then, the reality of Blue Sky is that it is just old Twitter. Like, it's like let's not sit here and pretend it's just old Twitter before the Musk buyout. Yeah, I know a VTuber friend who has to use Twitter because most of her audience doesn't have Blue Sky. Yeah, it's things like that, as well. But yeah, that's just my take on it. And like I said, I'm not. That should be how it's advertised. Twitter from 2013. It's essentially what it is. If you were around during that time, that's like when you go on it, that's what it feels like. Propped up by users that just don't see the vision from behind the scenes. And I think many people echo that as well. Like while Blue Sky doesn't have all the mess that Twitter currently has, right? It also isn't something where advertisers or big names are going on there and feeling like it's a lucrative thing yet because, it's based off a very more open source model, right? So it's way more customizable, but that doesn't mean that necessarily it's what attracts big names and all that stuff. And there's no like central advertising thing or whatever, right? Don't need to scroll past an ad every two posts, right. I get that, but the thing is that why do ads exist on websites? Like why do you go to things like Newgrounds or things like Pixiv or things like whatever, and why do they have ads? It's because it keeps the lights on. Because let's be real, you ask people to donate to keep a website going, it's not really going to do that much. Wikipedia, by its just recognition alone, can do that and gather donations for people to keep Wikipedia because it's a useful source for going in and finding like quick information and whatnot, and like citing all this stuff. But like if you were to ask whoever to help with that stuff, it's like it's not, it's either that or pay to use. So in some sense, like having ads is kind of just the necessary of two evils to keep the lights on, unfortunately. But I get your meaning, Megadan. I know. I also don't want to just be scrolling past ads the whole time either, but you know, the reality of living in a capitalist system is that it's what keeps things going. Now the question is, do I want to see random paid for ads by random Twitter user number 5 who just says some weirdo shit or is trying to peddle their like supplements or their weird AI scam? Or do I want to see like M&M's post a thing that says buy M&M's? It's like I'd rather go with M&M's, to be honest. Fine with that, it's just not when they get excessive. That's what I liked about old Twitter. It wasn't excessive. You would just get an ad like every once in a while, but you know, that's what I mean. But I think Blue Sky, like I said, is just it is kind of lacking in the department of like there is no strong brand recognition with it yet. So because of that, it's not popping off like one would hope. There's a lot of people on it, and like right now there was another max exodus, like because of all the recent changes to Twitter for like art stuff and whatnot. But you know, this on YouTube when there was a single ad at the start of the video and then one in the middle. Yeah. So hey, tell us about your drawing. It's just summer Belfie. I do a summer version of Belfie every year, and this is this year's. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to talk about like the changes and how it just sucks because, it doesn't it I think the reason why specifically it feels like it sucks is because there's no platform anymore for like artists to really like pop and shine like they used to. Like Pixiv exists, but then Pixiv is also riddled with AI. They don't do anything about it. So it it just sucks. There's no like Instagram sucks for its own reasons. I was even debating on making on reviving my old Instagram page because I'm like, well, maybe it'd be nice to just have an Instagram again. So I don't know. That might happen at some point. So if you use Instagram and you want to see crow stuff, that might be happening. But yeah, it just kind of sucks that there's no real just chill place for artists to post art and, and do stuff and whatnot. Like, I guess Tumblr's still there, but Tumblr has its own like, modding not modding, moderation issues currently. So I think Tumblr is good for certain art, certain like audiences, but not all. 100%. Like the stuff I draw, I don't think would do too well on Tumblr by comparison. Okay. No, I'm aware. The Tumblr situation is what made me start using Twitter as my primary source of posting, pretty much. And then that went downhill. Can't have nice things. Nope. But like I said, I'm gonna keep posting on Twitter. I'm not gonna use it as like a main source, you know. So they did pictures of how you could customize your YouTube page in like 2007. Gosh, that sucks. They got rid of that feature. That was kind of just like the norm for all websites at the time. It was like the MySpace kind of mentality, and it kind of uh bled over into most other websites and then YouTube. Um, I'm gonna be real, Mega Dan. As cool as the concept was, a lot of YouTube channels look like dog shit. It was not great. Like, I think that's part of the reason why they got rid of it, because it was like one of those things where it would slow down your computers because it would be loading like too many things, and also it just did not look great. Hey, Bear, welcome, welcome. I was, because trust me, I was around in that era. I used to watch a lot of Let's Players. Lots of Let's Players used to customize used to customize their pages, and like they always kind of look like shit. Sure, but I appreciate the freedom it offered to do so. The problem was that it wasn't like freedom, like it wasn't like you were like really, you had these themes and you were doing like all this like crazy like, blog type shit. It was kind of just more like you could customize colors of things, the layout of things. And I just want the customization of layouts and things. That's what I want, but everything else I'm like, I'm good. Take it or leave it. Like Tumblr has that too, right? Where you could do the custom vlogs, right? And I remember some people would have like they'd have very aesthetic blogs, but every time I clicked on their vlogs, like my fucking computer would start like lagging because of the amount of shit they had going on at the same time, right? That or they'd have a loud ass song playing the moment you clicked on their thing. I mean, old YouTube in general was a kind of an enigma when you go back and you actually look at what it looked like. They had the star rating system. There was like if you watch old enough YouTube videos, you can see them point at the subscribe button, and it's a completely different spot than it was 5 years later, and then 5 years later, it was in a different spot. Like they kept moving that shit around. It was crazy. I think the one thing I do wish that YouTube did have was like more banners to have like on the sides of your channel and stuff like that to like really advertise your things, or like a custom background feature. I wouldn't mind that. Oh wait, I can stop listening to the Hall Live track now. Let's go here. Okay. Mm, let me see. Have you hit this act? Was a delight hanging out on your stream? Well, thank you, artist. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. Oh, I forgot to do that thing on Blue Sky where I put how live that I'm live. That's fine. I will say that is one Blue Sky feature I really, really like. Is the fact that you can set your status to live. You know what I mean? Let's do that right now. let's do that right now so people know. Also, did you see DC? Did you see DC just shamelessly rip off 2XKO? Oh, well, howdy there. Well, howdy. I was literally just about to start talking about that. Howdy. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Thank you so much for the raid. Piper is hyper. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Welcome, everybody. My name is Crow Corvawing. I am an art VTuber primarily, as you can see. I'm drawing some OC art. This is my OC Belfie in some very summery beach attire. So, hey, if you like what you see, stick around and enjoy the show. I'm about to start doing some color blocking and rendering. But welcome. I appreciate the raid. Thank you so much. Shout out to Piper. How'd your stream go? What were you doing? I hope it went well. Welcome, everybody. It was good. That's good to hear. I'm sick, so I was doodling. Oh, you were also doodling? Well, hello to a fellow artist. If you guys want to see... If you guys want to see kind of the quality of what I do, so this is an example of just something that's not fully rendered yet, but here's an artwork I recently did. This is more of my kind of doodle of Dante from Hellmaiden, a game that just came out. And then if you want to see more rendered work, let's see, what's a good example? We got this kit from Gameoverse, which just came out recently. Here's an example of some of my more rendered stuff. And then also, if you want even more rendered work from me, I also have... what else? What's another good one to show off? We have Froppy from My Hero that I did recently. This is a redraw of an old drawing that I did. And then we have what else is on the artist showcase? Let's see. We got Fox from the recent Star Fox. This is one. I can kind of draw furry characters. Yeah, my range is pretty all over the place. So yeah, you get a lot of different stuff here. A lot of fighting game stuff too, because I draw a lot of fighting game. Your lines are so clean. It takes me forever to try to get them clean. Usually they're kind of a mess, to be honest. But I appreciate the compliment. There's what's a fighting game one? Hold on, let me give you a fighting game one as well. Well, recently, because Tifa got announced for Street Fighter, I've been doing a lot of Tifa as Street Fighter characters. So this is one I did recently of Tifa dressed up as Juri. So there's that one, and there's Tifa dressed up as Cammy as well. And then Tifa as Manon as well. Tifa with Guile hair next? No. I playing Death of crossovers like Clive and Tekken. Yeah, same. Same. And then also, if you're a Darkstalkers fan, I tend to draw Lilith a lot. So if you like yourself some Lilith from Darkstalkers as well, I got that. My goat. But yeah, that's a little show of what I usually draw. So I've been drawing Tifa with a con. Have you noticed that I don't change her hairstyle for any of the drawings? Because I'm not gonna. It's still supposed to look like Tifa. If you want an example of more of my sketchy stuff, then this jam from Guilty Gear is a good example of more of like my sketchy, messier stuff. There you go. And this is my OC Belfie. She is a demon lady who is purple. Hold on, chat. Gotta check something real quick. But yeah, welcome to the Crow Corvoing stream. This is what we do around here. But always happy to have fellow artists join the stream and just hang out. There's plenty of other artists in the chat usually as well, so you're right at home. And Rose rated to you. Love the art so much. Rose. Name sounds familiar. Oh, that Rose. Yes, 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 yes. Yeah, Rose is really cool. I've drawn Rose on numerous occasions as warm-up drawings because very very easy to draw. That's cool. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Shout out to Rose. You did her starting soon stuff? Oh, that's really cool. I don't know if I still have the old art I did of her downloaded. I might have saved it onto a separate thing. But if you scroll down far enough, you can find the stuff that I've drawn of her. But that's really cool. Pretty much every asset on my stream was drawn by me, which is usually how it goes when you're your own artist and whatnot. You end up drawing all your assets. Save on money, and also you can fine tune it exactly to how you want it. So. Even my VTuber model, which part of me kind of is like, I don't know if I'm going to do that for the next one. But I have been kind of setting up plans for the next one. Which wouldn't be like a major departure. It would just be kind of like a visual overhaul of my current design. To make it just more appealing. Also, I just realized I forgot to draw her eyebrows. May I ask how you rigged your model? I didn't. I did not. That's how. I have a concept for art for a model, but I need to actually bring it to life. Good night, question. Thank you for stopping by, as always. Um, I did not rig my model. My model was rigged by one Kreckly, who usually shows up in my chat. Um, Kreckly is very, very amazing at rigging, and I appreciate her every single day. Driving me insane. That's kind of why I decided to do it, because I did not want to go through the trouble of learning live 2D on my own. So, yeah. I went the easy route and said, I am going to pay a professional to do this for me. Because I don't think I have it in me to do this, especially after drawing the model myself. I was just like, okay. I did. There is a prototype version of something that I rigged that looked rough, and I did one stream with it to kind of test out how it would look in motion, and man, was it rough. But I tried. Can't say I didn't. But I think I would leave it to a professional who actually knows how to do more like proper live 2D stuff. I just didn't have the time to learn. I'm willing to draw my own model, but like not rig. That's for sure. I just don't have the time, unfortunately. I might for like a 3D model, because I've been wanting to get into 3D more, and I want to make a 3D model. I want to make several 3D models. Like I want to make a 3D model of the fan mascot, the Crowling, and I also just want to make a 3D model of like my VTuber. The YouTube shorts of a guy going through the process of rigging his own VTuber, and it's crazy. Yeah, it's very complicated. There's a lot of parameters going on at once. And it can get very, very complicated. At the time, dedication, trial and error. Yep. Like the original model that I made, like a lot of people didn't see that stream where I was using it, but it was, oof, it was rough. All the angles were pretty bad. The mouth rigging, I got decent at mouth rigging, but that's kind of it. Moment Life 2D is needed. I'm out. Yeah, that's why I'm like, I will do all the art for it and just pass it off to somebody who can rig for me. I just realized I forgot to draw another part. I was in a rush. I wasn't thinking. Meant to draw the... Can you remember you were there? Probably not. That would have been like way, way long ago. But point is that after that experience, I was just like, yeah, I'm good. I'm going to find somebody who knows rigging. And then I found Kreckly, because Kreckly, I believe, found my stream first and was already a viewer. And then I saw Kreckly was experimenting with like live 2D stuff and made her own model and whatnot. And so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna reach out. And I got correctly on VGen, and I was just like, can you rig my model? And she was like, yeah. So I paid correctly to rig my model. And she brought me to life very beautifully. Let me fix this one. But I will say that if you have the money to do it, and um you don't want to deal with the headache of trying to learn Live 2D, just hire someone. You know, got to Skoogie, but have good stream and the doodle's badass. Thank you so much, Piper, and thank you so much again for the raid. I really appreciate it. I hope to catch you around more often. You have yourself a good night. And thank you so much to Piper's viewers. Oh, for almost getting me close to 800 too. Thank you, thank you. I really appreciate that. Guys, we're only 2 followers away from 800. Can we do it? Can it be real? Will it happen during this stream? Maybe. Mayhaps. Come on, you two people holding out who have undecided, being like, I don't know if this guy's worth it. He's worth it. Trust me. Thank you, Doodle Sapling. I appreciate it. Could unfollow and then follow again if that helps. No. I have a friend who's do it for free, but she's a teacher aide, so she's gonna become like extremely busy in the coming few weeks, so it'd take forever to get done. Yeah. I don't know if Crackly is still available for commissions, to be honest. But I know that if she is, and I do decide to update my model, I would definitely ask Crackly to do the rigging again, because she just did a phenomenal job with the very little that I gave her for this model. Only one more follower, chat, and then we're at 800. Oh my god, we're so close. No, but seriously, I appreciate anybody who has followed and has been, liking and watching this stuff. And I always say I just appreciate having people here, but, um, you know, getting closer to that 1K goal, always great. Always pretty great. Okay. What do you guys think of the colors I've chosen for her bikini? If you're wondering, this fit is actually a reference to something. A previous artwork that I did. Because you're probably thinking, why isn't it her usual colors? Well, it's a Latin America mint paint, hell yeah. Yeah. So, the reason is, let me see, do I have it here? I should. The first time I ever drew Belfie in a swimsuit outfit was years ago, and this was the outfit I drew her in. So this new one is a reference to this original one. Isn't the contrast between the way Belfie looks so different now? I drew her proportions a lot smaller back then. Also, completely different eyes. She grew up, in a sense. I kind of just drew her with like a more full body. And this was back when I was just like kind of didn't really have an idea for what her body was meant to like look like at the time. What's a Dante canvas? It's not Devil May Cry Dante. It's from Hell Maiden. I like how that's what you saw. It's not Dante Dante. It's Dante Alighieri. Yeah, I did this. I did this as a piece of like fan art in honor of the game releasing. I need to do a proper one because yeah, I need to draw her full design. But I just did this like really quickly the day of. Yeah, this was the first time I gave her a summer outfit, and then the second time was, do I have that one here too or no? I might not. I don't know if I do actually. Hold on. For some reason, I don't have it saved in the Belfie folder. Yeah, this is one of the earliest Belfies from when I first had designed her. Not quite the same thing, but I did draw her in like a little bikini for Big Pant. This was also an older Belfie, and you could tell by the way that I drew her hair because I didn't know what I was doing with her hair at the time. This was another one where I drew her with big pant. And then... Man, I really thought I had that other one. Different horns too. Yeah, her horns used to be completely different. I mean, this was this year's like golden bikini Belfie, which I remember you guys probably remember me drawing on stream. Again, you can see that I made her figure definitely a lot more full. But yeah. Um, Give me a second, chat. I'm gonna do a quick BRB. Hang tight. Ah, I'm back. Hello, hello, I'm back. All right, chat. I found it. I found the other summer Belfie that I'd forgotten about. Um, thank Blue Sky for having the tag system that I could just like go. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Uh, I could just go back and search something as long as it has a hashtag on it. And here you go. This was the other summer Belfie that I did previously, which also had the same bikini cover color. Um, this was from last year, I want to say. Was this from last year? Yeah. In this one, I realized that I drew her face like a lot more playful looking than I usually do. But again, Belfie's face changes from year to year to year. I mean, I definitely made her face a little bit more rounder now. But yeah, that was another one. Oh, and then also, I mean, this doesn't technically count, but it is a bikini art. But my Golden Week Belfie uh from last year. Yeah. Will I ever draw her face consistently? Who fucking knows? This one was fun. I like the way her face looks in this drawing, so maybe this will be the way. T-Lope's version of Door into Summer is great. T-Lope's version of anything is pretty good. TBH. Alright. Can you guess what beer she's drinking just by looking at the color? No? That's alright. That means you're not an alcoholic. Okay. The answer is that she's drinking a Pacifico, because that's one of my favorite beers. Oh, before I got that raid, I was talking about the DC fighting game that just got shown off called DCKO. Shameless, the most shameless thing I think I've ever seen from a company. A mobile game fighting game from DC called DCKO, abbreviated to Dicko. Um, that sure is the DC universe. It sure is. In the wake of Marvel Tokon, it's just kind of like, wow, we're really just really doing this, huh? So I thought that was funny. It's not like they have their own fighting game franchise already, made by an accomplished fighting game developer or anything like that. No, no, no. Perish the thought. Those costumes, just standard looking DC universe. Well, yeah. Do you really expect them to have any kind of sauce? They don't. That's par for the course with DC. The only time DC ever really has any merit of like style or substance is in their comics. Everything else just doesn't look great most of the time. Oh, thank you so much for the raid, Alphonse VT. Thank you. Welcome, welcome. We're rendering right now, or trying to render at least. Welcome, welcome. We're doing some summer themed art because it's very hot right now. But welcome, Raiders. My name is Crow Corvawing. I am an artist, as you can tell, an art focused VTuber. I do a lot of drawing streams. Like today, where it's a very chill drawing stream. I was opening some card packs earlier, but that has done. So now we do the art. But thank you so much. Shout out to Alphonse VT for the raid. I hope you had a good stream. But welcome, welcome, welcome. There's a few more heads of it at Absolute Batman or Roman at least. I mean, yeah. But I think it was, it was kind of set up to die anyways, considering it's a mobile fighting game, which we've seen how well those do. You know? It's, yeah, I don't know who this was for. I'm pretty sure most DC fans are just waiting for Injustice or something along those lines. So it's very strange for sure. And also having a game that could be abbreviated to Dicko is somebody on that team was not thinking about marketing that well and was just like, hey, that popular fighting game that's a free-to-play fighting game is called 2XKO. Why don't we just do what they're doing except just say DCKO? And it's like, all right, buddy. Sure. I don't know why they're Kermit the Frog. But to be honest, it feels like we're probably not going to get another Injustice either ever or for a long time. I think NetherRealm is kind of in a weird position when it comes to their spot in fighting game culture currently. Joker and Silver Age for that one issue that actually pulled a huge boner. Rogue, no. Rogue. Meh. Yeah? What's up? Yes? Did you guys hear that, by the way? Rogue. Hey. Hey. What's up? What? Meh? What about it, huh? My god. I think she wants to be let out. Hold on, give me a second. She's such a fussy little baby. Heard like the tiniest meow. She has a very tiny meow in general, so that checks out. No, I'm aware of the Joker boner page. I'm aware. For those of you who are unaware, it's not that Joker gets a boner; it's that he says he's he says he did a boner, which I guess back in the day was just a phrase for a blunder or a messing up or something. But yes, he says, "Oh, you've done a boner again, Joker." Jonkler. The olden days had a bunch of funny phrases, and some that were not so funny. But we don't say those anymore. I'm just doing a rough pass of the shading right now, so if it looks kind of weird, don't worry. It's a lot of color blocking. This is all practice because I'm like still trying to figure out how I want to kind of render things. I still haven't decided, so I'm still kind of trying to see how I can experiment. Second one was nearly 10 years ago. Yeah, but they've mostly been focusing on Mortal Kombat since then. I don't think it's their priority anymore. Well, Injustice isn't their priority anymore. And they want to focus on their main series. Which also hasn't really been doing the best, but, you know. It's still Mortal Kombat, so, like, you know, it'll still be popular. But I think in the current era of DC, I think a lot of people are mainly probably not into the idea of the evil Superman and superheroes anymore as much as they were back in the day. Like it's kind of like a played out kind of cliche thing now. So they might be just trying to come up with a new idea for how to keep it interesting. Hell, I don't even think the next like DC fighting game, if NetherRealm is still making it, is even going to be called Injustice. It might just straight up be like something called something else. For video games ourselves back then, Injustice 2 was so ugly. I think I'm gonna be real. This might be a controversial statement. I think most of NetherRealm's games are pretty pretty ugly. That hyper realism that they go for kind of just doesn't. It either makes fighting game characters look generic, boring, or just a little bit ugly, you know? Because like Tekken was still going, Street Fighter was still going, Guilty Gear was even happening at that time. It's like Mortal Kombat was the only one going for that extremely hyper real style, and like I guess it works for them, but most other fighting games still had art styles that were very unique to them, even if they weren't looking the best. Like Street Fighter Five, for all its faults, by the end of it, the character started looking way, way better. I remember a time in which it was kind of alright, but then they switched to slightly more realistic and it looked like ass. Yeah, that's the MKX era. The that is the Mortal Kombat 10 era where they had more of an art direction and art style before they went hyper realistic for like MK11 and MK1, and then they just went, you know, for the hyper real look. Should you get a Super Famicom 2 or a Super Famicom? I don't even know what a Super Famicom 2 is. They made a second one? Thought there was only one. But thank you. Happened to a lot of games at the time. It was so fucking bad. Yeah. There was a Super Famicom 2. The smaller form factor one actually had a better chip. Uh. So it's like the Famicom Slim. That has big budget games if they learned how to handle the realistic style better. Yeah, I mean Street Fighter 6 I think is a good blend. Like Street Fighter 6 I think to me is a good blend of how to do realistic while still having that kind of character design look to it, cuz it's like, you know, the characters look pretty realistic, but they still look like kind of anime and like in a sense cartoonish, and I kind of I dig that, you know. Um, I mean, if you're gonna go for a, let's say, was if I should get Street Fighter 2 for Super Famicom as I have the chance. If there's any version of Street Fighter 2 I'd recommend you get, it would be Super Turbo. Was it Super Turbo? Classic Street Fighter 2 is good too, but Super Turbo or the new Challengers is pretty good. New Challengers is the version with DJ, Cammy, and it was DJ, Cammy, and who was the other character? DJ, Cammy. I'll chat. You're gonna have to remind me. Who was the other character introduced in New Challengers? Fei Long? Was it Fei Long? Was it? Was it? It was Cammy, DJ, and Fei Long, I think, right? Let me see. T-Hawk, Cammy, Fei Long, and DJ. Okay, so it was four new characters. T-Hawk, Cammy, Fei Long, and DJ. That's what it was. I never played a fighting game in my life other than Melee, and I was awful at Melee. It started at Street Fighter 2 is kind of wild because that is the one to like that is the fighting game that kind of was the base for all fighting games. Um, but I'll be honest with you. I think if you want to start with the fighting game, more modern ones are easier to get into. That's just my opinion. All right, I'll pick the most recent one with characters you like most. Yeah, that would be my suggestion too. Getting into old fighting games is a bit rough. I mean, if you really are interested, I say go for it. But it is a little bit rough because like mechanically they are all over the place because they were still trying to figure out how to make fighting games back in those days. Like one of the funniest things I think about is the fact that the Fatal Fury series is barely even a fighting game. Like it is a beat 'em up fighting game hybrid with like a lane changing system and whatnot. It's so funny. And then they made King of Fighters, which just was a straight up fighting game. But yeah, Fatal Fury did not start off as like your traditional type of fighter. It was very much like, oh, let's do a bunch of weird shit because we don't want to just be Street Fighter. But if there is a version of Street Fighter 2 you want to play and it's for like the Super Nintendo, I think the new Challengers or Super Turbo might be the better decision. ST in general, I think, is widely considered one of the best versions of Street Fighter 2. To mark wolves, whatever they meant. Well, it's funny because in Japan, Fatal Fury was always called Garu Densetsu, so it always had the wolf moniker in it. It's just that when Garo Mark of the Wolves came out, that was when they like the English side fully adopted the Garo naming convention. Because for you see, Terry Bogard is the titular wolf, the legendary Hungry Wolf, as they call him. You know. Does he bust? Oh, dude, he's busting all right. Um, yeah, he busts. He's been known to bust. Let's do some cleanup here. Okay. KOF 98 opening. I don't remember many of the KOF openings, to be honest. I wish I did. It all began in '94. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. The one opening that always sticks in my head is Capcom vs SNK 2, which is very similar. Capcom vs SK, Capcom vs SNK 2, Mark of the Millennium. This is real millionaire fighting. I think that's like the first time I ever heard the phrase "go for broke." This is gonna be a match to remember. I still think Capcom vs SNK 2 has like my favorite version of a fighting game announcer. Just anytime I would hear "this is gonna be a match to remember." There's two fighting game announcers I really like. Well, no, there's like three. Um, Street Fighter Third Strike, classic, right? Um, Capcom vs SNK 2, and Soul Calibur 2. Mostly the beginning, the narration at the beginning of a fight in Soul Calibur 2, you know? Like when he comes on, he's like, two souls shall decide their fate at a Waffle House parking lot, brought together by a lack of funds and a hungry desire. It's like shit like that, you know? Why is that the one you had to quote? There's a whole video of somebody doing the Soul Calibur 2 announcer, the whole dealy, and my god, they're so good. You're in a watch party. Um, how'd the card pulls go? Got two Oshi cards, which I was really happy about, and apparently pulled a almost $200 card. So it went pretty well, I would say, all things considered. Didn't get a signature card. That's all right. Weird phrases for match starts. He returned to the GameStop of fate, but he lacked the receipt. No, I don't want to make it just stuff like that. I want it to be like poetic, like how the intros sound in Soul Calibur. driven by insatiable driven by an insatiable gluttony, his eyes consumed more than what his wallet could produce. You miss playing Valdo? The freakiest character. He found the love of his life in a Discord community, but when another would court her with Nitro, he knew they would meet on the field of battle. That one was off the dome. That one was a Crow original. What is the bro fucking saying? Have you never played Soul Calibur 2? Is Megadan the only one who knows what I'm talking about? Welcome back to the stage of history. That one wasn't an accurate quote. You proved me wrong. Yeah. Okay. So for people who are unaware, the Soul Calibur announcer in Soul Calibur 2, obviously the intro would play and he'd go, "Transcending history in the world, a tale of souls and swords, eternally retold." Um, and he would have a specific line for every character, right? So for Astaroth, it was, "The man from the black mist bore a light of madness." For Cassandra, it would be, "If the love for her family is power, then no one is stronger. She chooses her path like a free bird." For Cervantes, it's, "The evil sword come back to life in his hands. He lusts for the power and madness he once savored." He would have lines like that for every character, so that's why I was like doing that bit, which is like, what would be the motivator for like a modern Soul Calibur? Link's is, "His courage and faith are his greatest weapons. He quests for peace and harmony." So yeah. What were the fake ones? There was a bunch of fake ones. Hold on, let me see if I could Oh yeah, the one that gets me is, "Marijuana has been detected by your Nintendo GameCube system. Place the controller on the floor and step away from the console." Trapped in a small cage with 6 children and nothing to eat, he emerged 3 days later victorious as the lone survivor. Two souls face each other head on in a fateful battle. A third doom scrolls awkwardly on his phone in the corner. Betrayed by greed, he now roams the land, seeking retribution for his stolen JPEG monkey. His life, but a reverberating fart echoing through the halls of time. Two souls stand. No, I'm not reading that one. No. Two people fight. Oh, it's so good. It's if you don't know, just look up Soul Calibur 2 stage intros. They're amazing. Um, but yeah. What if the SNES could detect if you had a Sega console in the room and self-combust? No, I think it would shoot you first. A man trapped in an eternal cycle. He exclaimed, "One more game," but it never ended. He had smelt it, but it was fate that had dealt it. As Rose and never played a Soul Calibur, which one should I try for? She says for reasons. She says, yeah, it's got Darth Vader and Yoda in it. Yoda's actually busted in that game because you can't hit him. He's too small. So every Soul Calibur has a guest character. Soul Calibur 4 had Star Wars. Soul Calibur 5 had Ezio Auditore from Assassin's Creed. Soul Calibur 6 had Jerry from The Witcher, and then it had 2B. 2 has Link. Well, there's 3 different guests. The Nintendo version of Soul Calibur 2 had Link. The PS2 version had Heihachi, and the Xbox version had Spawn. That's right, Spawn. Todd McFarlane's Spawn. I see him. I see Jerry. Yeah, he was actually really good in that game. And then yeah, they eventually added 2B, and I think Halmaru from Samurai Showdown, I believe they also added it eventually, if I remember correctly. You remember when they added Baiken to Samurai Showdown? That was crazy. And then they added the fucking the knight from For Honor. Weird crossovers. Gonna Xbox icon Spawn. Don't you talk shit. That was the early 2000s. Spawn was hot. Spawn was hot at that time. All right? Don't you try to act like Spawn wasn't a big deal. What were they gonna put a Master Chief inside in Soul Calibur? That wouldn't have worked. But Star Wars makes sense. The Knight from Hollow Knight? No. Didn't they try to put the Knight from Hollow Knight in Rivals of Aether? No, but did you know that there's a indie fighting game called Blade Strangers that has Isaac from The Binding of Isaac and Shovel Knight in it? Weird game. It might have been a fan mod, to be honest, if I remember correctly. But hey, they're putting Mina the Hollower in Rivals of Aether too. That's pretty cool. That's a good game. Okay. I was trying to come up with another one, but then I'm like, no, chat will get upset if I come up with another one. What has that stopped you before? True. A man cursed to crank. Never mind. I'm not gonna finish that one. See, I stopped myself. I showed restraint, chat. A man compelled to crank, but cursed to never bust. Anyways. Create your own Soul Calibur announcer quotes. I'm sure there are plenty of videos of that at this point. Because that first one went pretty viral. Oh, God. A man with great conviction speeds through life. He would yield to nothing, not even the oncoming red light at the intersection. Yeah. Thank you for the follow, Alphonse VT. Thank you, thank you. Hey. Appreciate it. I'm glad that none of those musings scared you away. Also, thank you for the raid earlier. I appreciate it. Immediately went to unsay. Hey! Woo, chat! We made it to 800 followers. We did it. Woo! Yeah! You're my 800th follower, Alphonse. We're so close to 1K. We just hit 800. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yay! Do I have a celebration button? Wait, what's this button? That was the wrong button. That was not the button. That let's not think about that one. Anyways, thank you so much for 800 followers. Damn. Celebration. Oh yeah, you know what? Because we're celebrating. I'm so fucking green right now. Oh.
Bingo.
Hell yeah. Thank you so much, everybody. 800 followers. That's another big milestone. Another 200 followers away from 1K. Let's see if we could do it by the end of the year. I think we can. I think we can do it. Hell yeah, chat. Anyways. We were green enough. I'm just so green. No, but seriously, I always appreciate anybody who follows, who enjoys what I do. I'm trying to do more diverse stuff and provide adequate entertainment for all. But truthfully, it really, all your support means a lot. Even if you're just somebody who lurks, I appreciate you lurking and enjoying the stream. So thank you so much. Keep a lookout for everywhere because I'm always doing something. I'm always trying to do something, not just streaming. So, this is just a few moments the few times that I get to just hang out with you guys one-on-one and just chat and just chill and stuff like that. So streaming to me is very cathartic in that way because it reminds me that there are people out there. There are people out there who enjoy what I do, and I get to communicate with you guys on a one-on-one level. And I think that that's why I very much enjoy streaming and being here with you guys. So yeah, thank you. Appreciated. On that note though, it really reminded me. There's a thing going on right now which I didn't even know about because I don't really watch normie streamers. But apparently there's like a whole streamer university thing going on, where I guess they're like doing pretend streamer school, but only a handful of people are actually taking it somewhat seriously. And I've been seeing like a bunch of clips of specifically Ludwig, who, if you don't know who that is, he's just a very prolific content creator and streamer. And used to be big on the Melee scene and did the recent exhibition with Tyler 1 at Evo, where he said some things that were probably not too great, but weren't necessarily untrue. But regardless, yeah, that thing I keep being subjected to clips of it. I have not, aside from the Ludwig clips, which I'm happy because like the Ludwig clips have actually been pretty informative, which is Ludwig is actually giving proper advice on how to grow as a creator and how much of streaming isn't, you know, um the audience you build on streaming is dictated not just by what you do on stream, but what you do elsewhere, you know? And oh, well, howdy there. Welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for the raid, Bayfinger and Bajit. I hope I said your name right. If I didn't, please correct me. Anyways, thank you so much for the raid. I really, really appreciate it. Hi, everyone. My name is Crow Corvalwing. I am an artist, as you can tell, and I am working on some summer-themed art. So, welcome, welcome, welcome. Good art, thank you. I'm currently working on some summer art of my my OC Belfie. But I appreciate the raid. I hope you had a good stream. What were you doing? Well, cheat works. How goes it? It's going pretty good. We've been going for a minute. I'm just doing some render work or some just like basic shadows and stuff right now, but it's going good. Just having some chill conversation with my chat. I actually just passed I just actually reached 800 followers too, so I'm like in the middle of just kind of like celebrating as well. So yeah. Tell her I crush on her. My OC. She's pretty cool, isn't she? Let's make it 801. Aw, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. I need to change that. Why is it still Star Fox themed? I need to change it back. But anyways, thank you so much. I appreciate it so much. I just got done telling my chat how much I always appreciate any and all support. You know, even if you just show up to lurk, it means the world to me because, you know, I like hanging out with folks. I like hanging out, just shooting the shit, you know, just sharing my art and my interests and all that stuff. So I appreciate any and all people who also appreciate that. But yeah, if you're wondering what kind of artist I am, I do fighting games art, I do anime art, I do VTuber art, I do everything, and also original art like my OC here. I also drew my own VTuber model, so if you're wondering who drew me, it was me. I didn't rig it though. I was rigged by a good friend, Crackly, who is really cool and often lurking in the shadows. But I saw that you said you were playing Stardew Valley. That's really cool. So pretty chill stream. That's nice. But thank you again for the raid. I really appreciate it. But I was talking about the streamer university thing that's been going around, and yeah, so the clips that I've been seeing has pretty much just been the Ludwig clips, which have been him essentially giving actual good advice about how to grow as a streamer, because I feel like many people who just stream kind of just coast on just streaming, and that isn't necessarily the way to grow, right? So a good example of that is like majority of my viewers or people who have found my streams are people who followed me because of my art already, and I had a massive following because of my art. And so when I decided to start streaming my art, of course people who enjoy my art started showing up for my streams, and that's where like my audience started actually appearing. Then I started posting some stream clips on YouTube and on TikTok, and that got more people to just be like, oh hey, what's this guy's doing and whatnot, right? And it's what helps, because a lot of the time it does happen, but it's very rare that you get people who are actually exploring like the art tag on you know, or the art category on Twitch, right? So you can't rely on just that luck the entire time, especially if you want to grow. You have to be able to kind of grow outside of Twitch, then bring that audience to Twitch, you know, because the realistic thing about it is that YouTube has a bigger base audience than Twitch does. So you actually have better chances of building an audience by doing YouTube stuff than you do by just straight up doing Twitch stuff. And that was pretty much the advice he was giving, you know? And it's true, you know? Uh, but I think many people just rely on like clip farming and doing the same kind of tired stuff when it comes to like streaming and whatnot. And there's a there, you know, if that's your mo and that's what you kind of want to do and that's what you're used to, then that's fine. But it doesn't necessarily mean you're always gonna grow. But it also one important thing is that like finding the audience for you is super important, man. Because it's like if you are somebody who gets famous based off a clip going viral, that doesn't guarantee that that audience is going to stick around when you do a stream and it becomes popular, right? Like it doesn't mean it's going to be the same audience or it's going to be a consistent audience. It's going to be a bunch of people who just saw a clip and want to see if they can if you're going to generate another clip and don't necessarily care about the content of your stream or what you do. So it's kind of a double-edged sword, you know? Retention, yeah, essentially retention greater than awareness. Awareness is good, but you want to have people who legitimately enjoy the things you do. So you fall into a niche, or you fall into a certain like, you know, demographic, and that's like your audience. And it doesn't necessarily, you don't necessarily find success by recasting the widest net, but instead, you know, going to, you know, to use a fishing analogy, going to a pond that's going to have the same fish constantly, you know, and that's your pond. That's the one that you like. And then as time goes on, more and more, you know, the pond gets bigger and bigger and bigger, you know, but it's about that kind of, you know, it's really about that idea of, you know, having a consistent viewership of people who care, who actually care about what you do and aren't just in it for the lulz, you know? Because people like that, they have to just constantly be doing those things that maybe are not the most fulfilling or maybe feel a little empty, you know? I know for me, the goal was to have a way to work on lesson plans / grading while hanging out. Working on music or playing games could just be icing on the cake. Luckily, one of my friends I made shared that Twitch was starting up the co-working category, helped me build better productivity, tbh. I mean, and that's also why I started doing art streams, because it was for the sake of productivity, because I get distracted too easily when I'm just drawing on my own. So I started doing art streams so that I could help keep myself focused, knowing that there was people watching or maybe people watching and stuff like that. And then, you know, it started gradually building and building, and now it's just, you know, what I do kind of regularly whenever I want to get something done. And I do think that when you do things like this and you focus on this sort of, you know, style, and you're not necessarily, like I said, trying to cast the widest net, you end up having people that just keep coming back, and that's what you want, you know? I have my circle of little freaks that love to watch me, and, you know, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. Every day, little by little, you know, that I stream, the audience grows, the followers grow and stuff like that. But the energy doesn't change. Like, there's still the same people coming in and the same people I love chatting with, and I always love adding new people to that bunch as well. So, you know, I'm always welcome to that. But I'm not out here doing, like, you know, IRL streams, like, you know, doing review streams or watch along streams and stuff like that, or react stuff. You know, every once in a while I'll do react stuff, but not like as like my consistent thing. You know, there's a value, I think, to being able to do like something creative or something that is like wholly, you know, my thing, you know. And not that like art streams are the most original thing ever, right? But I can go on here and draw my OC and do my own little, you know, take on things and whatnot, and people will come because they want to see me do that. And you know, that to me is a sign that people, you know, that I'm doing something right. Yeah. Of course, I am also trying to grow. So like I do stuff with YouTube as well, and I'm getting back into doing more YouTube stuff because I enjoy it. And then if the YouTube stuff grows and becomes more like viable as like an income source, then that means that just means I have more time to do things like streaming as well, and kind of weave that into YouTube stuff, you know. Uh, so that's kind of like the goal. You know what I mean? Like, do I necessarily want to stream out to like 5,000 people at once? Not necessarily, but you know. Or do I want to like reach a healthy like, you know, triple digit number and have and still be able to interact with chat and have a good time and find regulars in there? Yeah, of course, you know. That's a more realistic goal to me, at the very least. So like I said, I appreciate the people who always come by and enjoy what I do, and even when I'm not doing art and when I'm just like playing some video game, you know. Which reminds me, chat, we need to play more Sonic at some point soon. So I've been playing through Sonic Frontiers, and I've actually been enjoying it a lot. It's like a good yapping game. And then we got to get back to Densha Attack as well. Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do this. Going with a bit of a deeper color. Somewhere you can see all my OCs. If you hit exclamation point socials, you can see all my socials, my Twitter, my Blue Sky. Blue Sky is where I'm a little bit more active, but I post my art pretty much everywhere. And if you want to see more of my OCs, you can go to Blue Sky, and I post my OCs a lot there. So yeah, go give me a little bit of a follow there as well. The Blue Sky, YouTube, TikTok, all that. I think my TikTok link is still broken. I need to fix that. I think if you go into my about, you can find the proper link. But yeah. Yeah, you can go there to find more of my OCs. If you want to see some more OCs, I actually have some other OC art that I've done recently. This one I can post because it's safe for work. This is my other OC, Letta, who is a rat girl. Because I just wanted to make a rat girl OC. Look at her; she's very cute, isn't she? Um, then I have my other OC. Where is um I have my other OC, Maggie, who is a Tanuki girl who plays TCG. You get a better look at her. This is Maggie. She is a Tanuki girl who loves playing Magic the Gathering. Because I also love playing Magic the Gathering. And as far as like my other OCs go, there is my bunny girl OC, Sherry. This is Sherry, my bunny girl. Another one. There's a lot of there's a lot of animal people. You'll notice. What colors do you play? My most played decks are usually black decks. Sorry. Red, red. I play red. I play black. I like uh two of the commander decks I have. One is white, blue, red. One is just mono black. Uh, One is black, blue, and then I play a Y'shtola, which is black and white, black, white, and blue, I believe. Yeah. And then right now I'm gonna be building a red, green, red, green deck. Oh, and then here's Sherry in a more recent drawing I did of her in a bunny suit, bunny girl in a bunny suit. Yeah, I have a couple more OCs, but I'll be here all day. You're a furry. I am not a furry, but I like drawing animal characters because I think they're cute. I render the shiny texture. Thank you. Belfie is not an animal girl. She is a demon, a purple demon lady. She's just goated. Yeah. Is that a reference to the one time I did draw her as an animal and I drew her as a goat? Wouldn't you like to know? I guess I could show that. I could share that drawing. So I was trying to imagine what Belfie would look like as an animal, or what animal she would be, and then I was like, oh yeah, she'd be a goat. So there you go. Here's furry Belfie. She is a goat. That beer bottle reminds me of a Mexican beer called Indio. It's actually based off another Mexican beer called Pacifico. Yeah. Pacifico is one of my favorite beers, so. She throws the beer at me. Are you alright? Rosie, come get your man. Pacifico's so good. It is. I love Pacifico. I don't want him in this circumstance. Christ. Rock likes him a little mean. I like him mean. I don't like him abusive. Said she isn't hitting him over the head with a loving intent. Yeah. Is that what they call it? Double negative. Christ. Gotta call it a night, but thank you for the stream. Sending you all the best vibes. Well, thank you so much again for hanging out and for the raid. I really appreciate it. Good night, man. Let's see. Oh my god, I did not even realize what the time was. I think I might have to call it soon. I got carried away with yapping and hanging out. I will probably finish rendering this on my own time, but we got a decent way through it, right? There's just a couple of things I gotta touch up and also a background. But yay! Summer Belfie is coming along. I got a bunch of other things I need to be working on as well. This is gonna be a busy week. There's probably not gonna be another stream for now until maybe Thursday or Wednesday. I will keep you guys posted on when streams are happening, but most likely one of those days. Most likely Thursday. Find me in Tokon. I have to see what's going on. It's the 23rd, right? That's when Tokon beta is. '24th. Tokon. July 24th, PS5. Okay, so it's gonna be the 24th. Okay, yeah, I should be good to play Tokon on the 24th. We're gonna go into it, so that's guaranteed. 23rd, I don't know. We'll have to see because I might be busy that day. But most likely, if I do, I'll stream in the evening. So yeah, so keep an eye out for that. But the rest of the week, I'm going to be working on tying up a bunch of stuff like YouTube video stuff and some art stuff. So I'm sorry if I'm not going to be super present with streaming for the rest of the week until Thursday. It's just, busy week, work, and all that stuff. So I will do my best, but I will be online. I will have a presence. I'll be in the Discord and all that stuff as well, and posting and whatnot. We didn't even get to talk about the whole Kingdom Hearts thing that just leaked. That was insane. That's a whole fucking thing, And apparently there's still more. Apparently people have even more unreleased assets, which is like insane to me. But yeah, that's for another time. We'll talk. We'll go a deep dive into that one on another stream. But for now, I think I am going to call it here. Should we raid someone? Is anybody I know streaming live? Hold on, let me see. I've been raided a lot this stream. Why don't we go raid someone? Deergly streaming. I raided Deergly last time. Amore streaming. I know Amore's pretty chill. You know what? I'm gonna send you to a VTuber that I think is really cool, and I need to draw her very soon. I'm gonna send you to Ashton Martin. She is currently streaming Pikmin 2. Go be nice. Anyways, I have no real raid message. Just you know, just be chill. Hey, just say hi. Anyways, thank you so much everybody for stopping by. I hope you have a good rest of your morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time it is for you, and I'll see you later. Bye.